issue, correct, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Here we are, a little delayed, but the show will go on. Here is Hannah, everybody's request for Hannah. Hannah's ear infection is good, we're good to go. But she do want to say hi, so we're going to let her just run around, do whatever she likes. So what are we going to do today on the pre-show is, voila, here you go. This is your show, Hannah. We're going to just talk about how to pick an orchid, since we have a few members here from my VIP group that had made a request, special request, because she would like to know, Hong would like to know how to pick an orchid when you go shopping. And I put this out because this was going to jump in my my card today, and several people want to buy it already. I said no, this is not for sale, and it's not because it's absolutely gorgeous. It is, but this plant is obviously shriveled, and it's not a healthy plant. We will not sell this. This would be a plant either you could try to rescue or just take it home and just enjoy the bloom for the last leg of it. See how it's so shriveled? And I don't want to use her hand. Hong wants to know why couldn't she buy it, because it's got beautiful flowers. Yes, it's got gorgeous flowers, but yet it's on the last bloom. At home, if you really like this plant, we could probably cut it and try to salvage the plant. But I think this is, for us, it's pretty long gone. I'm just going to put it in my bookshelf and then just enjoy the last of it. Again, when you buy flowers, you check the plant first. Check the root system, right? Then you check the flowers. Anna's a little needy today. So this is the first sign of how to pick an orchid. You obviously would like the flower first and then buy the plant. But check the root system, check the foliage. This is the first giveaway. We do not want to buy this. A lot of vendors will probably sell it for $5, just try to recoup. But we would rather give it to you or take it home for us to enjoy. You might want to take her. Leave her here?
Yeah, leave her there.
Okay, and then we have another question by, oh, she's really needy today. We have another question by Jeff on how to spike plants, and this is a beautiful plant that Jeff brought in that he wants to know how to spike this thing. So first of all, you want to get a good base to spike. Miss Hannah's feeling really needy today. She fell, so she fell off a cart, and I think her all four legs are fine. We checked it, so she's just feeling a little needy. So you always have something strong to be able to hold your plant in, right? I'm doing the high one because it's for the camera.
What did you put on that pot?
Oh, I raised it. Just bark. It could be a foam. Anything because if I don't raise it, this whole thing's gonna be submerged. And how do you spike a plant like this? I gotta be careful not to break it. Jeff will kill me. Sorry, Jeff. Okay, so but when you spike a plant, you want to see where is the front of the plant. It's like what I said before, the t-shirt. You don't want to wear the tag in the front. So you want to investigate, where is my front? Is this your front or is this your front, guys? I'm going to ask whoever's here. Which way is your front? This side or this side? This side, correct. So if it's this side, your bamboo is going to be at the back. That's your tag. You're not going to wear your tag in the front, correct? We already figured out where's the front of the t-shirt, which is the front of the orchids. So Jeff had it right. The tag is a stick. It's on the right side. And besides, did you guys see what I'm wearing? The wearable orchid. The flower is smaller than my thumbnail. See how cute it is? This is Norman's new thing. He loves it. Wearable orchids. We're no longer going to have a corsage. We're going to wear this when I go to an event. I'm going to be wearing this in Beverly Hills. Perfect. The next fundraiser, this is it. Look how cute she is. She's really needy today. Okay, so we're going to just try to make this pretty. But before I do that, I'm going to help Jeff clean up his plant. Right? There's obviously some old spike that's left on. I already sterilized this, guys. And there's some dried up roots. But yet, look how beautiful all the root system is. Yay, Jeff. Good for you. It's that LED light in Norman's Orchid Food and Mega Thread, right? Shameless trying to plug it in. You guys can laugh at that. My dry sense of humor. I'm going to just take the tag out for a minute. So we have...
Don't lose it.
I will not unless Hannah eat it. Did you see this? Hannah. So there's plenty of root system, and that's why it's supporting such a beautiful spike, right? But obviously anything, people freaked out. Oh my God, my root system come out. The roots are dead. The plant's dying. What am I going to do? Relax. That's how they climb on trees in the forest. The root system is not protected by any moss or bark in the forest, right? So they're air roots. They're always going to be climbing out. So relax, people. So what I'm going to do is help Jeff clean up his little hair that he forgot to trim. If it doesn't bug him, it doesn't really matter. So I just trim off the dead spike, right? And now here's a whole bunch of dead roots that is exposed. It's not going to do anything for me, so I'm just going to clean it up. And please don't cut yourself.
Norman just joined in watching live. He's supposed to be getting ready. So
Norman, I hope you're learning.
Watching somewhere. Tell him to get ready.
Norman, can you get ready? Because I cannot go on forever. I mean, I could. We'll talk about you. Want to take some? Norman's live watching.
Yes.
He's trying to figure out where is this good side. Oops. I have this thing about thinking out loud. It's that brother sisterly love that you guys all love. Okay, so Jeff, you're almost trimmed up. By the way, I got a haircut unless the hair salon's open. I love it. Okay, so see how much stuff I got rid of? So it's all nice and clean.
Thank you.
Only for the look of it. Beautiful foliage. And beautiful. This is just an old leaf. So when you get a leaf that's yellow, please do not have a cow or heart attack. New leaf come out, the old leaf goes away. If it really bugs you, we could take it out. But I actually want to show you how to take out a leaf, because if we don't have to involve a pair.
You can demonstrate.
Can I violate your plant?
You can violate.
Okay, good. I have to ask. This is Jeff's plant.
Go ahead.
So I try not to involve scissors or whatever. So when I'm walking, when I want to take off a leaf, instead of yank it, if you want to yank, it's fine. Like I said before, hold the plant itself. So when you yank, you're not going to accidentally snap the plant off. It happened before. I'm not a genius. It happened before. Here's a good way to... Jeff, are you watching? This is your plant. Oh, I'm sorry. You're watching the iPad. Tore it in the middle. See how easy that is? When you get to the end, still hold the plant. That comes right off. And then we got the other side, but here's a spike in my way. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna loop it around the spike. I'm holding the plant still. You got it, guys? Ready? And here it comes. See how clean that come out? And I didn't involve a pair of scissors. I did not involve anything. So that's a good way to take off a dead leaf. When I'm walking around the nursery, I don't have scissors. I don't have a torch. Bam, right in the middle, split it, pull it, and it's a beautiful, clean break. Okay? Well, just this one plant's gonna take my whole podcast pre-show. See, I do it right. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna replace it with a wire.
Man, this is gonna cost me a fortune.
It's gonna cost you. When is my light coming? Wicked, wicked. Hey, baby. So again, remember the stick's gonna be behind.
Norman's back there commenting. He's gonna show us eye candy.
I think Norman's relaxed. He's probably prepared for the first time in what, 12 podcasts now? What number are we on?
I think 12.
12? Who's counting? So here's my grate, but this is bulk. This is what I use for myself. We were selling the 8-footer, and I think people are still buying it. I love it. So I like these because we could cut whatever size we need. It's not a pre-cut. A pre-cut is either too big or too short, and the too short you got to extend to, and it's a pain. So I'm just gonna cut. I always cut my own size. Again, this one I want to tie because this is my main anchor. So I'm gonna just put about half it and then twist it. But when you twist it, there's a trick. You put your 2 nails there, and you're going to twist tight, but then yet you're not choking the stem, right? Because if you pull it tight and you twist, you're like choking the spike, right? So we're not. I'm again, you fold it in half. This is where you got to eyeball things. For you guys, just cut it a bit longer. I've just been doing this for 30 years. Just put it in here. Can you see it, Roger? Put it in here. Put your finger here. You already given it space. Then twist. Then here we have our first spike, right? I'm into beauty, detail, and everything. It has to be detailed. But we're going to get rid of that later. So what are you going to do with these 2 spikes? I really don't, if I can, I don't really want 3 wires. So I'm going to use our handy dandy, really expensive wire that we buy for the nursery. You can probably get this at Amazon. Floral wire, I think is what it's called, floral wire. So since these stems are not too heavy, I'm just going to use a thin wire. Can you see, guys? Here, this is what Jeff asked me earlier. How do you make just a spike out of a wire? So I'm going to just twirl it. Help me twirl it. So I want to bring my nails. Then I'm going to go in here. Kind of make my own little support here. Okay. Then I'm going to wire the stem. It looks really easy, but trust me, I broke plenty. And this is what our co-worker does all day, is spike these beautiful phales. See, now I have a main anchor and then just a wire stem to hold my side branches, right? What do you guys think? And it still got the flexibility. Oh, I'm sorry, am I moving it too much for you? We still have the flexibility, and it's pretty. I don't have 3 of these ugly bamboo wire sticks. So we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. You can eyeball if you don't know, just eyeball it. Here's a strict wire. Do your little loop. I do this because I'm gonna tie this to the main wire.
Can't see that.
Because I'm doing everything from behind, because, you know, remember the tags and everything, you know, hoodies in the back, sort of. So here we go. Then you want to eyeball and see where do you want this stem to go. But I probably should do this first, but I've been doing this so long I don't have to. So you're just going to go like this, hold the main branch. These wires are thin enough to go around. So when you go buy wire, buy a few sizes, because if you got the standard Fang Lee, this little wire is not going to hold it. If you got the standard whites in the back, this is too thin to hold any weight of it. But you know, this is a small spike. And here we go. So what are we going to do with this on top? Do we want to do another wire? There's several ways you could do it. If you don't want to do another wire, you could do this handy wiring system. You could also do this and then loop it back to the main branch as well. If you ran out of wire, and you could also use this if you can't get to floral wire. You could do what I do is use this brown and twist it a little bit and just pull it back. Then if you run out of that wire, or if you run out of this, then here we go, Jeff. Here's your spike. Do you like it better?
Much nicer.
But when you see it, you don't see.
Visually, it's a lot.
Visual is nice, and then when they flower, you're already stable, and then you don't have 3 thick brown wire hanging out, right? Then here's another thing: when you talk to people, don't watch what you're doing, because you'll be like cutting out a spike, which I've done many times. I have carpal tunnel, so it's really hard for me to cut. So here you go, Jeff. Here's your plant.
Thank you.
So it normally takes me 2 minutes, but that took about 10 minutes. So we talked about how to pick a plant. You know, don't always just fall in love with the flower and then just forgo checking the leaf structure. For, like I said, we could try to save this plant by cutting this off, but for me, it's too long gone to even bother. It's the energy that, you know, I don't want to waste it on the plant and nurse it back. You know, it's like learn to cut your losses. Okay?
Where's Norman?
I just messaged him.
Where's Norman? It wasn't. Sorry, Hannah. Okay, these three are what's going to jump in my car today. Yes, we don't have time to talk about it. We can if Norman doesn't come back. And here's another question from Han, our live person here. She said, I would have bought this and not this, but look at the plants, it's all burned. So it's all disease. I don't want to buy this, but I want to buy this, right? Huh? Is that what you said earlier? Yeah. This is your request this section. That's great. Thank you. I was thinking about what we're going to talk about. Besides, I got a haircut, Hannah fell. Anyway, so why would we not want to buy this? What is your problem? It doesn't look very pretty, right? Okay. And is this first? I'm like, I even want to confirm with Norman. What is this burn? Is this a salt burn? Is this a sunburn? What kind of burn is it? Right? It could be possible any 4 things. It could be a water, salt.
Norman has a comment. He asked you to leave your credit card at the front desk before those plants jump in your car. It's just a request.
Norman, you owe me, like pre-show to get here and home. You owe me big. And plus, it's a third of my inventory at the nursery. I like to put that in. So,
spike's yellow. You see that?
the spike's yellow. Yeah, it's just telling you that they're tired, right? And we'll get to that. Okay, so a good reason why I will forgive this. Look at the new growth. It's beautiful and it's pretty. Look at the root system. It's all gorgeous. Versus my root system in here doesn't exist. Does that make sense? Right? But yeah, usually you don't want to buy this. Usually I have it clean before I put it on the bench. Yeah, I'm standing on the brick. So what we're gonna do is, obviously, you know, it's all aesthetic. I love pretty. So we have these clean blades. If you don't have it, get some. So I would just do my own plastic surgery. And if you get a plant that come in as cut, don't freak out. But it's either that or we don't have any plant to sell you. This could be the spot could be transportation. It could have been how they come in from the container, and it just damaged on 40 plants being packed in the same box. And I'm sorry if you don't get a perfect plant, then other than that would be sold out. Nothing is perfect. No leaf is going to be perfect. This is not a t-shirt that we're just going to cut, right? And if it arrived at your house with a little nip, please excuse it. Don't call me and say I have a non-perfect, I have a little dent and it's driving me crazy. You sent me bad plant because I saw it on the other post from Mary Jane or whatever. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But Mary Jane and your plant are not the same plants. You're looking at foliages. You know, foliages are different because of the hybrid, the species. So don't try to compare everything and then try to look at everything under a microscope. See, I clean it. Usually I get it clean before it gets on. Hey you. Before it gets on the bench, right? Now, would you think this is better than this one?
That one has a flower.
I give up. But anyway, so again, yes, that would be the first thing I see is like, why is that plant all damaged and burnt? I don't want it because I don't want to go home with a sick plant. But you forgot, there's beautiful foliage that's up. The root system is way better than this one. This one is totally dehydrated. And if you do want to save it, I cut the spike, I repot this, then I would plant this plant down to actually maybe this new growth. Maybe there's a few good root system in there. I don't know. This might be the only one. Then I would underpot this down, so it would not be so much moss to have it overwater. And I think there's a lot of people with overwatering issue or underwater and don't know how to water in general. But I think I'm running out of time. We can discuss that next week. Okay. Then, I don't know where Norman is. So this is going yellow, and I want to save the plant. Do you really care? They got one more bud that's going and going and going. then again, I would cut the spike. And if you want some marshmallows, have it in hand. You can have some, torch it while you're doing your orchids. And don't forget to let it cool off a little bit before you start putting it on the plant. Since we have observed this spike going yellow anyway, and I want the plant to keep going for this spike and maybe set me another spike. So you're cutting off the energy to maybe bloom one more lousy little flower for you. We already talked about blooming things to death. This should have not flowered. If we caught it on the bench, we should have not let this flower this much. We should have repotted down, and then we already had maybe a plant that we could work with. Right? And then Norman's still not here. Okay, let's talk more. This one is going home. This is a Super Zebra Spicy Girl. Here you go, Chris.
Oh, I have Spicy Girl.
Do you have Spicy Girl? I have one too, but I don't mind having several.
Spicy Girl's nice, isn't it?
Spicy Girl is hot. Look at those red. So again, I did my own wiring. I roped it and I put it in, and we have an instant spike. This is what I found. Normally we call this blue. There goes Norman again. This is what you call blue, right? I know, but Cerulean, I don't have a name. So Chris Freeman said I need to have a name.
It's not released
It's
yet.
not released yet, so.
It's a teaser for next
Why are you
week.
so short, buddy? So, will you get ready? Because I want to get out.
Stephanie Jeffrey would like to know, do you put anything where you cut the leaf or pull the leaf off, like cinnamon, or do you just leave it?
You guys got a lot of time. Can you imagine me do this for, look at it, you could do whatever you want. But imagine me have a pocket of my little cute little flower, my cinnamon, and I'm not making fun, I'm really not. I don't do it. Just, when clients come in, they looked at everything, they were like, well, that root in there looks broken. I'm not sure that's healthy. I'm like, get a life, it's a plant, okay? If you're gonna like really inspect this much, I don't want to sell it to you because you're gonna kill it. You're really gonna kill it if you're gonna be that anal about a root system inside somewhere. And then you got people that repot our plant right away, and then we get accused of, you don't want us to repot because you don't want us to know you have no root system right there.
So it's just not necessary. Is what it
It's
comes
not.
down to. But if it makes you feel better.
If it makes you feel good, go for it. Chocolate or
Yeah,
whatever.
people do use it. So
And that's fine. And
okay.
you ask me if I do, I say I don't. And I say it's great
It's not
because we're
necessary.
commercial.
It's not
We
necessary.
just can't.
If you guys don't do it, but if someone wants to do it, it's not gonna.
Like that's what I said. You do it. It's your plant, right? And I said that. So we're gonna spike this guy up since Mr. Fang is not back yet. We ran late, anyways, right? So again, I'm gonna make my own little handy little twist. And we're gonna eyeball. And again, like I said before, when you plug this in, make sure you don't cut right into a root system. So where do you want this spike to come up? Right here, right? So there's a spot in there that don't have a root, right? Can you guys see? That's what before you start, it's like looking at your face before you put on the canvas and makeup. You're like, okay, where do I want to start? So here's a spot there, and I'm jiggling. See, I didn't hit any root system. Alright, this is good wire. You get to bend it. Again, gently put it up. Now you got a spike. But I don't like this little hole there. So maybe I could do this. Right? See? My little gap is getting closer. Watch me break it. There you go. So when I water, the flowers is not going to be right on there. And then when I put it up in my little bookshelf, I can see it better. Oh, sorry. I can see it better. One more side, and then I'm ready to roll. Rock and roll. Here you go. Simple. Hold your wire. Do a twist. That's mine, honey.
This is the Spice Girl.
Yeah. Jeff already said
I have
he
one.
had
Spice
one.
Girl that Jeff like.
And then So here's. This is entertainment here. Okay, here we
People want
go.
to know what, where you get that fake rock that you have.
My fake rock?
Yeah.
Ask Roger, he bought it. Roger, is this fake? Shut up. Anyway,
Don't
so
know.
he doesn't know. But he only paid like 25 cents out of that gumball machine.
Is that from the 99-cent store?
No,
Or
the-
dollar store?
Dollar store.
If it's fake, Roger got taken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously he would not buy me a fake one, right, guys? So here we go. So we just spiked up the other side. So it depends on where you're gonna display it. If you're gonna have it down on the table, obviously you want it spiked up. If I want to have it high on the bookshelf, I want it to
I'm
curve
going on
down.
vacation next week.
Correct.
Make sure, Jamie.
I could probably do it. Anyways, I could out-talk you any day, buddy. Remember, business major, grower. Okay, so here we go. Are we good? Any question? Any comments about my pretty hair today? No, just kidding. Thanks, Anthony. Is it fabulous? It's fun, guys.
It's nice to have an audience today.
It is so fun, and we actually thoroughly enjoy this VIP group and podcast. I just don't know when we actually get to go out and travel, what's going to do to our podcast. I mean, like, hiatus. We'll be back next season. Right, Hannah?
Crystal
No?
was asking about your apron. Your aprons aren't for sale, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You put it on website.
These are
Hey,
for
business
sale.
major. Act
Not
fast.
everything is for sale. But anyway, and I just want to say one thing is all about positive reinforcement for this group, and I apologize I put that Sarah Jones up. I just wanted to, everything you read that's bad about us may not be true. It could be true, but like in that case, it's not true. It's not even a real person. But I choose not to just delete it. I talked to
Beautiful picture. She's pretty.
my mom might hear. I talked to Jeff because I'm going against my principle of starting a negative post. And I don't want to go on because we already had like 289 comments about it, But I do want to tell you because I make a practice not to delete people. Not because I don't want any negative about our company, but just in general, I want positive reinforcement for us to teach each other and how to, there's a big old family now. We talk to each other. I feel like I know all these people.
Well, the whole idea of the group was to have fun.
It's just to have
And
fun.
it's not to be work, and it's not to be negative. And if it turns out that way, most of us probably don't want to be involved.
I don't want to be in it.
We want it because we wanted to do
But
something
I
enlightening,
just,
right?
that person is in a lot of groups. And I was surprised to see her in my group, our group. I was surprised to read her about how negative about us and in another group, I don't want to mention name. Then to find her in our little private center, I go, no, this is gotta go. Then do I delete her? It's fast. But I need to make example that not everything you read on other group about other people is true. There's always two sides to every story. We have tons of people want a free plant. We don't give it to them. They're blasting us everywhere. And we stand behind who we are. Not every customer is right in my book. If you treat us right with reason, we will give that back to you with reason. I don't need every customer. I don't need every transaction to be so negative and so hard. That energy needs to pass on to the next customer that needs my help. Sorry, honey.
Oh.
So that post was just about what not to have and not to believe in the other group. You guys could do your own judgment. You all seen what's been sent to everybody here on this group. We never asked you to post beautiful stuff. If you have problems, send to support. We try to take care of it, and that's it. So I'm really apologizing that post became 289 comments. So that after that I posted, I deleted that person. If that person went on 20 other orchid groups, then you know what was a real story. If I had just cut it off, then I have no defensive. When you got 1,800 of this big old family is going to be watching this person throwing more negativity about us, then you know the truth. That was the whole reason about that post. So that was I'm going to only do it once. We're not going to keep doing this to defend myself or you guys to defend us. But now we know there are fake posts out there. It could be competition of ours or whatever. I don't care. But that would be the only post I'm going to drag out in this group about negativity.
Yeah, we can't do it all the time.
I can't do it, and I don't want
It takes
to.
too much
It takes too much energy.
much away
The
from the
289 people could be commenting about their plant, but yet we're jumping in about a fake
And
person.
Randy wants to know about the orchid you're wearing. Do you have a name for it?
Norman just gave it to me.
Hey, Norman.
I don't think he put it on the number. We will, once the plant gets in, we had to assign a number. It's not just like throw a number. We got to go through the computer system, make sure that number is not, because otherwise we get caught with sometimes the same number repeat. We will have a name, and we will put it.
Randy is curious about it. I think he would like to get one.
Randy's curious. I'm sure Crystal's dying. This is Crystal's Ellie. Oh,
Same number. I think you meant it's the same number.
it's the same number? What happened? This is a lot bigger. Oh, older plant. This is MC2351. MC2351 SLEC Facon Ball. FAKONBALL. So, yeah, there's not supposed to be pre-sale for my pre-show. Wait a minute. Dude. Oh, I'm not selling anything.
All right, Norman,
Okay,
it's
we're
your
good.
turn.
And thanks for listening to me, blah, 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 blah,
You
again.
put her to sleep.
I know I put her to This one's going home.
I know your credit card number.
All right.
Oh, see, I love audience. I get claps. Yeah. Sweet.
Take that.
How am I going to top that?
You can't.
She's I think she needs water.
She needs water. She's tired. I know she's been here, so we're gonna go. And then I'll clean up my mess. I clean, Norman. No, I'm just saying you need to clean after yourself in the nursery.
Can I have that?
You want this?
No, that's Jeff's. The tag.
Oh, so sorry.
over
Here, Jeff.
Oh,
Here's your
thanks.
tag. You got Roger watching it like a hawk.
Thank you.
Where you want me to put the Cattleyas? Okay, why?
You want
Yeah. No. That's only for short people.
this? Short people. When the earth fall, the tall people
Well, I
gets
might
it
need that
first,
because the Cattleyas is so
right?
big.
Right? The earth fall, your tall people is gonna block it for me. You notice, not everything short is better or smaller. Diamonds are small, but it's the queen of the jewel. And look at this. Wow. This is photo moment. This is burned because it's been growing outside. We just tossed it outside.
That good. No, I'm too short with this orchid. I need my. Fine, can I have my? Yeah. Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Should I on?
He's looking at the top of the basement.
What's that?
How about this? Am I stand up? Okay. Oh. Hello.
Okay.
We had to wear a mask. Huh? Happy Father's Day, everybody. And I'm the father of Buttercup and Chestnut. And tomorrow is the Father's Day, and I wish everybody have a great Father's Day.
You're gonna take your dad out.
Huh?
You're gonna take your dad out, right?
I'm going to take my father out for dinner.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my father for 2 weeks. I need to see him tomorrow. Yeah, because my father's been isolated. And so today I'm going to talk about the standard Cattleyas. And anybody like this one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, can I have that one? This is actually Ladia purpurata. And the purpurata. And many of you know me as a Phalaenopsis grower. But actually, my first orchid when I was 6 years old in Taiwan is not Phalaenopsis. It was a Cymbidium sinensis. And this is why I've been posting a lot of variegated Cymbidium at one of my Facebook group called Variegated Orchid. So then when the family moved to California back in the late 70s, many of you know the story. I actually was at Cal Poly Pomona, and Don Dineno here. I know he might be joining us. Don Dineno is my old boss. I was a ornamental horticulture major at Cal Poly Pomona back in 1980, and I want to show you a picture because this is proof that I'm actually a Cattleyas grower, and I want to credit this person. Can you show this person here? Can you see it? Okay, this is me in the 80s. See the big glasses? That was very fashionable at the time. And that was Mr. Bird. Remember Bird? Everybody know him as Perry Mason or Ironside. And he donated in the 80s before he moved. And he used to own a nursery called Seagull Nursery. And before he moved his nursery and house from Hardwood Hill into Northern California, and he donated over 6 greenhouses, California redwood greenhouses. One of them is all the stock plant house, and another over 100,000 at this different sizes of Cattleyas seeding. So I was very lucky at the time in the 80s. Don Delano hired me, and I was a second student manager. I was in charge of the over 100,000 Cattleyas at the time. So that's where I get the first really big scale experience growing anything that in that large scale. It's actually Cattleyas. So I'm actually a Cattleyas grower, not in the 80s, not as a Phalaenopsis, because back in the 80s, Phalaenopsis is not even on the target on the map yet. So that's a different story. I think I might have mentioned on earlier podcast, I'm actually helped to develop Phalaenopsis into a commercial crop as a potted plant in the 80s when I was in school, but that's a different subject. This is a Ladia purpurata, and this is one of the Ladia purpurata we call the frame type. And did you see the, Roger, can you see the sunburn?
No.
Okay, well, on this side.
Yeah.
This is actually about 35 years, okay? This is why, folks, I told orchids just like us, we get better we age, okay? We do. Look at how fabulous. Mr. Bird have a collection of a lot of orchids. And I think this is one of the seeding that I acquired when I was at Cal Poly Pomona. And one of the better, what we call it, we have the simple color form of purpurata. If you have space, I know it get big, but purpurata is actually very weather tolerant. It's actually one of the national treasure of Brazil. Okay, and there is a show in Brazil. You go there in the fall, and the whole show is nothing but Ladia purpurata, and that is on my bucket list to judge and to go to Brazil and to judge Ladia purpurata. Okay, but most common Ladia purpurata form is what we call the canilla form, the white with pink lip. The frame type is more rare, but they're just as easy as canilla form. Ladia purpurata, you do not want to buy smaller than this size, okay? This is what we call the near mature size, and I have luckily we do have we keep do a selfing, and this is a selfing from this particular strain. It's a proven variety that we've been growing outdoor in Southern California. This plant in our patio, one of our covered patio, is subject to as high as 115 degrees and go as low as 38. Of course, when it goes down to 38, we just don't water. You don't have to water when they're that cold, because at that low temperature, there's lots of moisture in the air. So the plant actually will pick up the moisture from the air. So you actually, that is the time you want to turn off your sprinkler head. More orchid can be killed in the wintertime by overwatering at that low temperature. The lots of orchid can subject to be more colder temperature. What happens when you water that low and keep they never dry out. So the moisture stay inside the pot. And when the cold temperature drop below 50 degrees or 45 degrees, that moisture actually become turned into icy. And that's when they start gradually slow to kill the root. And it's the same theory that you don't want to put ice on your orchid, especially Phalaenopsis, right, Brian? But Brian had moved on to ice, put our orchid on the ice. He moved on to liquid nitrogen, right? So this is the Ladia purpurata, and can you see the leaf color? Okay, notice the leaf color is on the bright yellow side. Okay, and this one here is on the darker leaf. Okay, when they were outside, they just as yellow. Okay. I move it in a greenhouse or in a more secure location because I want the flowers to be come out. So when they are put in the greenhouse, or you can put it in the darker area. More so we have Santa Ana wind last week. It's horrible. So when they are, or you should stage your Cattleyas in a greenhouse or inside of a house in a protected area, so the flower can come up more on the even stage. Okay, that's why the leaf turn more darker green. It's very natural for Ladia Preparata when you buy them. This is the color. This is the true color. They dye, especially they give them a lot of light. They dye that, and then you can also tell once they have optimum light, you don't even need to stake them. They just, it's very beautiful. The leaf, always 45 degrees. See here? Okay. So, any questions so far? I think I'm going to more focus on the Ladia Preparata because I have this one in flower. Any of you grow any Ladia Preparata right now? Give me a hand. Anybody have Ladia Preparata? This is a great object if you are in Florida. They are heat tolerant, and they also cold tolerant. If you're in Florida, for example, I have a lot of customers in Florida. Grow it in the clay pot because or in the basket. In one of those bend up baskets. You can even go in the moss. Have a lot of air space. This particular one, I grow it in a clay pot, in outdoor. Okay, and this here, it's been here for about
So
5
Thomas
years.
wants to know, how do you get the pseudobulbs to be nice and upright like that? Mine are all over the place. Do I need to stake them?
Well, light. Is he going inside under light or what? Okay, no, this generically, if you give them a lot of light, they go up anyway. Okay, but also when I put them, these are actually facing south facing. South facing had the strongest light, so they always strong. And also once you under the big plant like this, try not to keep changing every direction every month, depending on your move, because they will be disoriented. Okay?
He has them inside.
Huh?
He has them inside.
Okay, and does he, maybe he have an inside is next to the window?
Probably.
Yeah. If you in the Ladia Preparata, if you go inside, make sure you have a really bright, either south, possibly even west window. They need a lot of light. Okay, or go on the light. They like a lot of light and long day. And look at this. I don't even have to stick the flower because once you get in a lot of light, everything fall by itself. And there's no stack here at all. You see here?
That's what he's been doing. He's been moving it around.
Aha, see? I knew it. Another psychic reader here today. Psychic reader today. Okay, that's always tell me that he's been moving around. So don't move it. Don't move it.
Stephanie's been moving hers too, so she says, okay, good.
Okay. Well, unless you like your orchid to be like your hair or going anywhere. No, the plant hate that because they're always facing the brightest, facing the sun. So even if you aren't going under light, try not to move it. If they are facing south of your window, stay there. This is very true for Cattleyas or Symbidium or Dendrobium because they are symposium. They go in the rhizome like this. Okay, so if you move them around, they are very confused. They might sometimes the new growth might tangle inside, and they're going to be in trouble. Okay,
So they grow towards the light as the rhizome?
Yes.
They go towards
Yeah,
the light?
they always with orchid they always head for the light or searching for water on the root. You notice the root a lot of time they go down because of gravity, or they're searching for moisture. Okay, and that's what Jamie said earlier. The Phalaenopsis, they are epiphyte. And Cattleyas perforata, a lot of Cattleyas, they are epiphyte orchid. For example, Marcia, for example, they are mount themselves on the top of the tree trunk. So it's very natural for the root to hang out. Like this one is hang out. That's okay because the root can pick up moisture in the air.
On the smaller ones, how long before they bloom?
Okay, this is actually near blooming side. This is about 4 years old already. That's just why I say Ladia perforata, you never want to buy what one of my customers said, eyelash size. You never buy the small one like this because sometimes you see for eBay for like really cheap prices. Guess what? They might be just out of frost for less than 5 months. This is 4 years. Okay, but that the nurseryman, that the professional grower do the first 4 years for you because what happened in those 4 years, a lot of things can happen. Maybe easy on Cattleyas, but a lot of time on Paphiopedium or Phalaenopsis, it's not worth the trouble. And also, Ladia perforata is another one you want to buy at least near mature side. And or if a mature side or blooming side is available because it takes up to 5 years, minimum 5 years to 7 years before they even flower. That's why you will never see, you rarely see perforata available because once people have a good perforata, like me, I hang on to it for 30 years. They just get it better with age. Or we keep selling it. And so I know this one here, I have limited number. It's a good strand because it's proven for me outdoor in California. And I do not know where Mr. Berg got this plant origin from, but I think in those days, back in the 70s, they probably were jungle collected in Brazil. And in those days, you can easily, this is before CITE time, you can easily import it. So I believe these are the true, the wild strain of the perforata. And which is, I find it very fascinating because not that the man-made improved selected for the big flower for award, because sometimes in the process of selecting for award or the size or the form, a lot of breeders at those time, before my time, they did not put in consideration for disease resistant. Are they a fast grower? For me, there are many podcasts I always say, we spray pesticide here, we do, but I do not spray fungicide. So one thing I look for as a breeder, before anything else, not the flower, is disease resistant. Are they a good grower, a fast grower? Are they going to grow like this? You can tell by the leaf already. This is a very good strain. It's husky. I use the husky a lot in my description. On my website, sometimes I put a note there say husky grower or robust grower. This is a very robust and husky grower for Ladia perforata. So if you never had Ladia perforata before, try it because go outdoor. Even in New York, you can. A lot of people. This is the time. A lot of people move orchid outside in New York, in area. They're wonderful. They will thrive under the heat. It's really a wonderful species. Or when you buy orchid, and anytime the primary hybrid or the private hybrid with perforata in the background is also a good sure. The plant genetically usually are very more disease resistant.
Susan is asking, can it bloom more than one time from the same pseudobulb?
No, that's the only bad thing about Cattleyas. Once a pseudobulb have finished, they cannot rebloom like the novelty Phalaenopsis, the sequential flower. Once a pseudobulb is finished, that's it. But as soon as the flowers finish, and they will have a new shoot come out. And when the new shoot come out, that's when you repot it. And Ladia, especially Cattleyas, a lot of Cattleyas species depend on what type. The general rule is, if you don't see any new shoot coming out, don't touch it. A lot of Cattleyas species, even the Gatata, for example, the summer blooming one, they hate to be disrupted when they're not in what we call the vegetative stage. So this is the perfect stage. For example, we know perforata always flower for June and July. So you never want to repot them back in April. So this is why we always study the species. In judging, in orchid judging, in training as a judge, we give the species test. Everything goes down to the species. When do they flower? They flower typically in summertime, like May to July, depending on where you live. In California, it's about this time of year to July. We have a really heat wave, so I think this one will come a little bit earlier. So if they flower in July, in this case, you don't want to repot it in April because that will disrupt before the flower. Okay, so as soon as the flower is finished, then you cut out all the spike, and I usually like to clean up all the old sheet. You see here? I only clean this old sheet when the flower finish. I don't want to put it out earlier because the new sheet is actually protect the flower protect the suitable from insect. Okay, so this is the time if you take it for judging or at orchid show, you'll really impress judges. The discipline you as a grower, especially if you are shooting for cultural award, just to take this off. Then you can see the beautiful shiny suitable. And this is also the time when you repot them to make sure by taking this off, see the sheet had done the purpose. So that's when you can already inspect. Sometimes they may have scale high underneath there. And a lot of time when we spray, once the sheet is dry, it's hard for the pesticide to penetrate. So this is a good practice to do this on the Cattleyas. And as far as feeding is concerned, I feed them with my orchid food. And some of you have seen my podcast before. I actually developed the fertilizer back in the 80s. So in those days, we had the UCLA mix. So we had the 30-10-10 and 6-30-30. You can do 3 times of the 30-10-10 and 1 time of the blue. It's really confusing. That's why I developed, because I'm facing with 100,000 Cattleyas and 6 greenhouses. So that's why I was developed this all-purpose, just specific for orchid. And I was back in the 80s. I was doing Paphiopedium. I have a lot of Phalaenopsis. I was doing also enterprise project. In the collection, we also have a lot of the Dendrobium and some Vendations that Mr. Burke gave us. So the fertilizer is actually using the 5 major genus: the Cattleyas, Phalaenopsis, Paphiopedium, Vendations, and also the Cymbidium. Yeah, in Southern California, Cymbidium Alliance is a big item. So, and they also have, there's no urea in there. Okay, the orchid cannot use urea, and they also have vitamin B1 in there. So it's all inclusive. So make it easier. So I feel bad that the ladies, if you go to the cosmetic department, you had to buy the day cream, night cream, and what? The tea breakthrough cream. No, make it simple with orchid. It's just one. And sometimes we supplement with some other fertilizer or some micronutrient, but I will get to it. The usual do it in the fall time, but usually just make it simple. Is make sure feeding, right? Especially orchid. There's also a myth about orchid in flower. You don't need fertilizer. No, that's a very wrong myth. Most of the orchids flower for a long time, especially Phalaenopsis and Cattleyas too. They use a lot of nutrient when they in flower. And luckily Cattleyas have lots suitable here, and this is where they store the nutrient. But if you also keep up with your fertilizer program, they don't have to take out a lot of reserve from here. And so that means this reserve can support the next growth coming up. So your next growth always be stronger and bigger. A well-feed orchid when they in flower will keep your flower lasting quality much longer. Even before the flower, you give it better flower, and also give you the better flower stem. So it's all about feeding. Hey, we what? Brian, how many times you eat a day? I eat 4 times a day, but so we only feed it every other week. So mark it on your calendar. I usually do it on the weekend. Okay, minimum once a month. Okay, how we do so far in the Cattleya? Okay, so basically, Lady Preparata, if you never have a Cattleya, if you even never grow Cattleya before, grow the anything Lady Preparata, especially big one. I don't try the Phalaenopsis, the miniature one, Cassinia type cool grower. If you're in Florida, if you're in the South, Preparata is very forgiving. You know, can pick a lot of abuse, but buy at least the near mature size plant or mature size plant to it, and it's very rewarding because the Preparata this is always, you know, when they flower in July. This will flower. This been open for at least 2 weeks already, and I know there is variety Preparata. If you put it in the house, for example, we have better constant temperature. This will flower at least 4 more weeks for me. Okay, so for Preparata, it's actually like I like to call it 4th of July orchid. It's always a fun when you have a barbecue, you invite your friend and the Preparatas in flower. And then again, a lot of light, a lot of feeding. Only repot when they finish flower and you see the new shoot coming up at this 4 inches. Okay, and make it simple. Do not move it. Once the shoot is settled to the brightest spot of your house, your patio, or your greenhouse. And as far as the pest is concerned, just clean up this so then make sure there's no scale in here and good air movement. When I put this outside, there's plenty of air movement already. So other than that, it's actually very user-friendly orchid to grow. And sometimes we put it up there, we water once a week, and we forget about it until the next spring. Okay, anything else? Good. Okay, so again, now the secret is out. I'm actually I'm actually a good grower of orchid in the 80s, and I want to credit Mr. Raymond Bird that gave the Cattleyas, the horticulture department 6 greenhouses and over 100,000 Cattleyas. A lot of them are some of the Tempensis hybrid or Ancedia or Conregeri hybrid, and that personally I like that kind of hybrid, and myself I'm still keep using that line of breeding. So you will see that when I started introduce you some of the Cattleyas in my collection, and it's fun. It's very exciting. And thank you, Mr. Bird. And there is actually a Raymond Bird winery, and you can actually buy the wine from Mr. Bird's winery. It's in Northern California, so it's still in business. So check it out. Just Google it, Raymond Bird winery. Okay. Now we ready for our show and tell. Okay, this is the. Can we take it off? Okay. How about put it on the left hand side?
How heavy is it?
How heavy is it? I think it's about. Brian, how heavy is it?
At least 50 pounds.
Or you burn it down here on the.
I can bring it back over there.
No, leave it there. Leave it there.
Yeah, just on the so it won't be too
Oh,
tall.
over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so. We have requests from one of the members. Want to see some standard Phalaenopsis. You know, all this time I've been showing the uncommon one and the novelty, the fragrant one, and this one here, right? Okay. You see the number? Okay. This is one of my favorites. I have a guest earlier. He was Curtis. He said, "Oh, I didn't know you had so many beautiful standard Phalaenopsis." Yeah, but this is one of the best Orchid apricot color from Ox Orchid. One of my good friends from a breeder called Ox. He registered everything Ox something. But this number is beautiful apricot color. Okay, even though it's a Phalaenopsis standard, but if you like Orchid and the late bloomer, so this is the stage. It's amazing. We have this one, this chrome. Not every chrome is good, but we always get the best chrome from our network of friends from Asia. And this chrome is what we call the premium grade. Always have minimum two spikes. And see all the flower. This is the stage we're gonna send you. Okay. So if you like something for R shape for the big flower, and then also be okay for under light because this variety don't get too tall for you. Okay. Next. And you notice how wonderful the compact leaf, and they have very nice root system too. Ooh. And number. Can you see the flower? Number on this one. So.
We're just having a little bit of a technical difficulties, so can't zoom in yet.
Next time. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on.
Oh, okay,
It's just
sorry.
yeah, it's just I cannot zoom.
You cannot zoom? Okay. And this is another orchid from Ox. Can you see the velvety? Anyway, you can look up the number, check out the number, and see on the website. And Anthony, you want this one, right? Okay, this one going home with Anthony. This one is one of those best red with harlequin in the background, and under the sun it got a nice diamond dust texture, and I don't even need to spike them. They have very self-support flower spike, and there's two. I think I don't have 12 of this in flower, but actually the best economical is to buy them without flower. Look at how beautiful the leaf. Okay, the reason sometimes we charge more in flower like this because of FedEx. FedEx do it by dimensional weight, and a box of one plant with this tall spike is $35, and in our shipping charge we only charge with the first $100 we only charge $15.99. So I think we did lose money on shipping. So Eric said, well, we gotta charge a little add to it. But the nice about this chrome is the leaf. Okay, the velvet ornamental leaf like this. So I would get if you have experience with an orchid, get it in spike like this. Okay, these are ready to spike. This will flower. We put it in our Christmas production house. So this is targeted to be flower for us in California for Christmas. In Northeast, in Seattle, you might have colder temperature. At least if it did not make it for Christmas, you definitely make it for Valentine's Day. Okay. Any question before we move on?
No.
And then one more pink one. Okay, so you can always write to support@orchid.com or private message me if you'd like to see something different in the show and tell. Okay, how about this one here? This is one of my best pink, and it's the California pink and Stewart orchid or Amacross. This is the continued line breeding from the very famous called Spring Silk, and Spring Silk was using the pink, the German pink, with a California white, which was developed by Dutch Schwaber's company for cut flower. So this one got the best Phalaenopsis of the show at Santa Barbara International Show about 2 or 3 years ago. And if you only have one space for standard big pink, the flower is actually small right now because this is summertime. When they got an award in March, and one spike, the flower is over, and this one also got an award too. The flower is over 5 inches. And this is the stage we're gonna send you from the website. They all had double spikes. And look how compact the leaf. This is the thing about the way I do business. it's not just the flower. I also want the leaf to be more manageable. I don't want the leaf that looks like cabbage leaf. Okay, nobody has space for that kind of stuff. Okay, in the old days, if a lot of the standard white are developed for cut flower, so all they care is about the flower count production. The leaf can be humongous. You know, so again, if you like big pink, over 5-inch flower and a good flower count with a very handsome leaf, this is the one to have. Okay. Thank you, Brian. What's next? Oh. And people want some season species. Okay, it's not in flower, but write this down so you can Google the flower looks like. So we have 2 species here. Okay. Can you see the number? This weird looking succulent leaf, almost as is NF1796. Cylindria marata is the species native to Philippines, and it have flower in the springtime. The reason I show you this because I only have 25 available. So you don't want to wait until they flower in the springtime. They do flower in about late April, and the flower is pink and they smell like candy. And it's wonderful. And the flower will be like here. And the flower go upright with cast up, almost like hydrangeas in a way. Or this. So this is very wonderful if you live in Florida or tropical area, hanging outside. If you go in the greenhouse or at home, they just like to be misted at least once a day. Okay, but they like to be misted. Or if you are in Arizona really hot, you can take this out and put in the basket, put some moss around it. Okay, but when we grow this in the greenhouse, we mist them every other day here. Okay, NF1796, and the next one is, hey Brian, can you read this? Yeah, what's the genus? What's the name?
Trichoglottis rosea.
Okay. You see, the flower just finished, and I have about 25 left. This is a species native from Taiwan, and where I come from. And in 2015, there's a big and they make a big specimen really easy. The flower on this side, they're pink and fragrance. So this is the way they flower. Okay. In 2015, at the European Orchid Congress, this species took the grand champion of the show, and the leaf can reach out to a foot long. So it's wonderful if you live in. It's great for South Florida. You can just hang it outdoor, or if you have a greenhouse, hang it on your northeast. They don't need a lot of light. Pretty much I grow it in my same greenhouse as Phalaenopsis. Think about that Phalaenopsis light and culture. And oh, by the way, we sold out of this mounted slag. It's coming. I have 1,000 coming in, so should be available coming the end of July. Okay. Thanks. And I showed you one of this last week, the Australian dendrobium, the Aussie dendrobium. Okay. And they usually flower in the springtime. We flower up to 1,000 flowers, but this one just up or just beside the flower. They can be sequential flower on the oval, and this is the number. And I believe Eric has on special right now. This size of plant like this on special for only $29.95. And we can grow this outdoor. That's Cymbidium, just like my lady Prada. And one of the species behind it is called Dendrobium speciosum, which take just like Prada, take about 100 degrees, and it's hardy too. But it doesn't take a big gigantic plant as speciosa. What I like about this Dendrobium Hilda proxen is look how handsome the plant, and that's another imprint from the other pot parent species. Okay, this is the flower. Okay, so if you haven't ordered it, this is great to grow with your Cattleyas. or if you have an outdoor collection, and also very fragrant too. But there's the season usually about late spring and early summer. Okay, Brian, next. Oh, Brian is very nice. He picked. We had 2 standard Cattleyas for you. Okay, we had talked about the Cattleyas today. Okay, this number here. Right, Brian, can you read the name for us? The first one, 2016 Taida.
DLC Tida Eagle Eye,
Okay,
White Angel.
this, if you don't have a good standard white in your collection, this one have received a first class certificate. It's like gold medal. And even worse is, this actually awarded in Hawaii. You know, Hawaii is very hard to get a FCC. So I can tell you it's that good. It's a meditation. So look at the photograph on the website. And what I like about this chrome of the white is have the tradition, you know, in Mr. Bird's greenhouse. There's an old classical Babette, which is a large Chinese Marcia hybrid. Look how handsome the plant. And the plant is ready to flower. Okay, so you can actually buy it right now as a mature side. Okay, not in bunny spike will be cheaper. So get it now because you are ready to set the flower. And this sheet, probably good flower for you. They flower 2 times a year. I love about this chrome. It was sold out 2 years ago, and this is the first time we will be able to bring it back again today. So don't wait. This is it just got released about 2 weeks ago, a week ago. They flower twice a year, spring and fall. So now it's getting ready to start the fall stage again. Look how pretty the leaf. And I got it in the moss. Okay, no problem. If you want to go in and change it, don't do it. Do not change the pot right now. Leave it in the moss pot. Okay, just all right. And next one is another. See what I like about a lot of this modern Cattleyas, the size. You know, I don't breed a lot of Cattleyas, but I do love the shelf Cattleyas. Because the one thing I should look for is the size of the plant. This cross is out of Thailand, and it's actually one of the Thai breeder, a very famous yellow. This is blooming side. This is how compact this is. This is it. And so I know we have a lot of followers at Jeff's group at Royal Orchid Under Light. This is manageable. This is actually a big, and the flower is about almost 6 inches inside.
Wow.
So big flower, compact plant is a win-win situation. You can put it easy on a windowsill, under light, put it outdoor. Okay, and it's really fragrance. Okay, look at the picture on the website. Okay. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. I think Brian's on the road today. Okay. Okay. First one is Phalaenopsis indigo, and look at this number here. Okay, I do a lot, so I can guarantee every plant you buy will be all indigo. Okay, and this is one of the first bloom. Phalaenopsis indigo is American made breeding. Started my good friend, late H.P. Norton. That he and I was able to get some of his strain, and I continued to breed on for about the last 10 years. And in the old days, you only get 20% of indigo. That is the indigo. But now we've been doing this is the F2 generation. So the line is very stable, and that's why I can tell you, I can guarantee you, 100% is all indigo. Okay, look how big the flower. Okay. So if you never have an indigo, or if you don't have a good indigo yet, this is the one to have. This is one of the first indigo to flower, and I'm very pleased with this strain. Okay, this one actually using my, this is, it's Norman strain. Okay, it's indigo Norman. Okay, one of my awarded one with another one indigo. Oh my God. Okay, and then next one is MC. I think we showed this, but I will show this again. Equestrian Ceruleae. Okay, unlike the pink equestrian that flower in the springtime, equestrian storyline always flower, and equestrian alba too, always flower in the middle of summer. So if you have an equestrian, the spring bloomer, the equestrian water, they might time to finish flower already. This is the summer blooming equestrian. So if you like equestrian, this is a wonderful chrome. Okay, it had sometime the keiki they sell a lot. So keiki, it had 3 spikes right now, and then this equestrian it also don't cut the spike off, but lots of the sequential flower, or they might give you a keiki at the front. And the reason we show this one here, you see here, this is Jaho blueberry. Okay, Jaho blueberry is actually summarized by equestrian. So now you have one of the parent. This crossed with this, give you the Jaho blueberry. So now you can see the leaf. It's a beautiful leaf on this, because Jaho blueberry has Phalaenopsis samurai in the background, and yeah, samurai is Valencia and Bolina. So this is actually perfect timing. I can show you the parent, just one of the parent and one of the parent give you Jaho blueberry, and this is why you see Jaho blueberry. The season is coming up. Some of you already had Jaho blueberry, and it's a wonderful fragrance. And I already told Brian is actually my assistant breeder right now. We're gonna do some remake of this type, and even with different color form. We have equestrian aurea, white with yellow lip, so we do a lot of remake, okay, from what the previous breeder do, or remake we using better parent. Every generation, you know, like Anthony is a he breed cat. Every generation we always take the best one for the generation. So if you don't have Jaho blueberry, I think we have got down to less than 50. So once it's going to come pretty fast. So the next time we bring back this one here, maybe another 4 years, I'll be old by then. Okay, Brian, what do we have next? Oh, green and raw for blue. Okay, a Pochorima. This is a clone. Okay, have varieties of Phalaenopsis Pochorima, have equestrian in the background. That equestrian. Okay, one of the parent is equestrian. Okay, you see here, but the Pochorima was used is a blue one, have Chaponesis. That's why this particular clone was cloned for the flare. Look how handsome the plant, and this is the first bloom only. Okay, and also perfect for under light, and again it's a summer bloomer. So this is why I think my second podcast I told customer, do not buy everything once. You buy every other week. Or I had customer come here, like Anthony here, visit once a month. So he buy different orchid every single month. That way you can build out a collection. So pretty soon, in a couple years, you're gonna have flower for yourself every single month. So you have your own paradise at home, especially, huh?
You can have fresh orchids blooming every day of your life.
Yes, Anthony have a fresh orchid from his own collection every single day of his life. And he's so young. Okay, next one. Oh, we are moving fast. Okay, give me a number on that one. This one. Okay. Brian, don't join. Hello. Hey Brian, you're not ready. Okay, actually it's my fault. We're gonna offer you, I think my brother Eric is we have pretty soon we are into our summer special. This The number is called Gaurenzi. And this is the pink one. A pure white one. Frank, can you give it a number? This one first? Yeah. We're gonna offer a bare root front ball division. Okay, so they're gonna come in like this, okay, and they cut it because right now it's a production. This is the repotting season, and we thought this might be an economical way. They only put this for $10, and $18. Wait. I'm confused. Anyway, check out the website. I think there's cheaper by 2. This is $10 and 2 for 15 or something. Anyway, so this is the front division. Got a nice ball come in. So they will come in like this, pack in the mask, so they're not gonna dry out for you. So it's ready to go, and this is the number. Okay, it's Gaurenzi, lemon heart. It's a pure white Gaurenzi. It doesn't have any spot. This is the variety in Japan. They use it for cut flower. It's a beautiful concolor canary yellow. Does not have the old canary spot, and the plant doesn't get as big as the old Gaurenzi. So check out the number on this one, and check out the flower. Okay, and I think they have a special price on that. And the next one is, I think this is a good stage. Oh, great. This is a hibiki. Now, hibiki is one of my favorite. The flower can last for 3 months. Okay, and this is the size, a keiki, a blooming size keiki. Okay, and they were ready to go. Packed like this. I think this is $18 and 2 for $30, so only $15. And they stay small. Check out the picture on the website. It's a good one to have. If you never have a dendrobium, can last for 3 months for you, and flower twice a year. Okay, good. I think will be that pretty much it. But we have new segment. We call it the eye candy or teaser. Okay, we don't have an item number yet, but this is going to be available next week. Okay, don't ask me the number. I don't have it yet. But this is the teaser. A new Inca treasure, so a new, everybody say, oh, the Phalaenopsis is all yellow, all green, boring. No, with a hybrid from Cattleyas. Okay, this is one of the Cattleyas hybrid. I cannot afford Cattleyas. Cattleyas is hard to grow, but crossing with the Phalaenopsis, other species become very easy. So next week we're gonna release this one, and then if you like Masturbaria, remember the coconut orchid? Anybody like variegated orchid? Voila! The watermelon Marigata. Not only the suitable is variegated, the leaf is also variegated. So we're not gonna release until next week. So look how beautiful the suitable. Or you see this? Okay. Jamie gonna have Act 2.
Look what I found just walking by.
No, you're not. That's not going to fall into your car.
It's not, but I just want to say it's amazing, Norman. Is this one of your Mega Thrive tricks?
No, this is also one of my breeding plants. It's a Tetropolis,
Yes.
and this is why anything. Well, not all the Tetropolis are equal. Okay, only the Tetropolis from me is amazing and then fantastic because it's true. This 15 years of selective breeding and also collection, and this is one of my breeding plants and for Tetropolis, and this is one of the we'll show this again when the flower.
Well, I just wanted you to explain to people that when you get things as yellow leaf,
That's
and I've
okay.
been telling people not to worry.
It's part of aging.
It's aging because, yeah,
Pretty old.
plants old. But I wanted people to understand. I mean, that's how we want to educate here versus getting 20 private messages and stuff like that.
Look how old the plant is. Okay, this is about good almost 10 years old from seed. 10 years old. Okay, they might not sound a lot, very old, but for Phalaenopsis, very good.
And this many spike is also had to do with hybrids. So if you get one with 2 or 3 spike, don't call back and I saw one at 15 spikes. So you sent me something less quality. This has got something to do with the parentage,
Last
okay?
week.
So
The one you bred last week, Jay.
the
No,
one
no,
I
no, no, no,
the
the
one
one
I
you tried to
bred
show.
last week.
No, he's trying to show last week.
I was looking for this. This is somebody asked what happened when. How do you know when they're pregnant? Remember, I was doing the so-called hybridizing with a little. But this is what happened. It gets swelled up. It's almost like your stomach in a women pregnancy. You get all swelled up, and this actually carrying seeds in there. And then there's another trick to watch it. Otherwise, it'll burst. Then there goes all your seeds. But anyway, this is what I was looking for the other day when Norman turned around and was gone. This is what happened. Remember, this is a flower and it closed up, and this is, I call it the tummy. This is a business major talking, okay? This part gets pregnant, and then he watches it and then clip it and send it to the laboratory. We used to have our own lab here, but there's not enough time in a day to run our own lab.
We're going to open again.
Norman it's great about, he started the tissue culture at school, so he understands the auger and all that. I mean, he even tricked me into washing test tube for him at my college when he came to UC Riverside, use a lab, but he's like, we should bond, Jamie. We don't see each other anymore. And the sucker me, I'm in college. I'm like, okay, cool. My brother wants to see me. And then I get in there, well, since you're here, wash some test
Has
tube.
to. It's one rack only have 40 test
So
tubes.
anyways, I was just walking by. I really don't want to occupy.
That's why I make you a better housewife today, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. See the root system? And yes, you got like 15 million spikes, but it's not going to happen with every plant. It's also got to deal with the parentage. And then we're going to wrap it up. There's your time to applaud.
Thank
There
you.
you go. All right, guys.
See you next week. And happy birthday.